Patricia Swinton has been an educator for 32 years and is National Board Certified. She loves teaching 11th and 12th grade biology, anatomy, and physiology at AC Flora High School in Richland County School District 1. As a mother and grandmother, Patricia wants for every child what she desired for her own children, that each experience the wonder of science, become the best student and person they are capable of being, and become a lifelong learner. Let's visit AC Flora to see her in action.
Public education in South Carolina is moving forward, is getting better, and is addressing the needs of our students. Public education is still doing the job that it was established to do, and teachers are still doing the job that they were chosen to do to impact children. So we are providing our students with the tools that they need to be successful. We are thriving, we are moving forward, and we are getting better and better and better, because in public education, it still matters to us that each and every child that we teach has success in that classroom, and we are working hard to ensure that. How many things do you know that are still working at 70, 80, 90, 100 years? Human body is amazing. I was born in New York City, and I attended the New York City Public Schools. I went to Long Island University to obtain my bachelor's degree. I went to Hofstra University to obtain my master's degree. And I went to Jackson State. We were living in Mississippi at that time, and I received my specialist degree there. I am a National Board Certified teacher in science and young adulthood science, and I've been teaching here at AC Flora for 18 years. I started teaching biology with a little bit of physical science, but the last couple of years I've just been teaching human anatomy and physiology, which is a subject that I like to tell my students, how can you not love this class? This class is all about you. Everything we learn in anatomy and physiology is relevant. Everything we learn in anatomy and physiology is important, and what they learn about their bodies is going to help them make good decisions throughout their life about keeping their bodies healthy and well. You feeling a little burning in your muscles, those skeletal muscles? Yeah?
Really burning.
Really burning? I have been married for 44 years. I am the mother of 6 adult children, and I have 13 grandchildren. So I'm a person all my life who's always had an interest not only in education, but in just being around children. So being a teacher is a wonderful, wonderful job for me, because it brings together all of the things that I love. 10. They're decreasing. But you're sticking with it, that's good. Now, I did not always want to be a teacher. I always had an interest in science. When I was very young, I used to go around and collect ants all the time. So I said I want to be an entomologist. And I had that dream until I got to high school, and then I lost an aunt to cancer at that time. And I decided, well, I'm going to change my interest, and I'm going to be a researcher. And I'm going to work in the lab, and I'm basically going to work with cancer, and I'm going to come up with these wonderful hypotheses and these wonderful cures so that we can just really find a way to cure this dreadful disease that had taken my aunt. But I had an advisor that said, well, Miss Lewis, I was Lewis at that time, he says, what are you going to do when you graduate? I said, oh, I'm going to be a researcher. And he says, well, to increase your options, why don't you take some education courses? So if you take those courses when you graduate, you can choose to be a researcher, or you can decide to be a teacher. And that sounded like good advice. So I took education courses, and the culminating course was student teaching. I was 20. I did not weigh 100 pounds. I walked into this class. They were waiting on me to dispel this knowledge. They were waiting on me to be their teacher. They were waiting on me to impact their lives. And when our eyes met, I was hooked. At that time, I said, I am going to be a teacher for a lifetime. And I've been teaching since 1967. Isn't it amazing that simply by our thoughts, that we can send stimuli to our muscles and cause them to contract, and they are voluntary. In fact, of all the muscles in the body, it is the skeletal muscles that we basically have control over. So today, class, we're going to concentrate on working with our skeletal muscles. I'm going to divide you in groups. One group of you will be working with a graphic organizer, and you will be doing research to identify the various kinds of muscles in the body. Over the years, the teaching profession has had changes. But when you look at it, and the way I look at it, even though there are changes, some parts of education remain the same. Students still have the desire to be successful and learn. And all the years I have taught, I have never met a child who wanted to fail, nor have I met a parent who did not care about the education of their children. Children want to be successful. So children want to feel that they are important. They want to feel that they matter. Our parents and community are still concerned that we do the job of making our children as successful as we can, and that has not changed. Education has not strayed from its initial purpose, and that is to provide a quality education for each and every child that we have in our system, and that has always stayed the same. Okay, make sure you color code that on your sheet, right, so that when we look at it together as a class, we can see the difference between the repetitions and the number you did, and which one was green and which one was black. Accountability, that's one of the challenges that teachers face. In our time, it seems that teachers are being held responsible for everything that happens with young people. And many times we are not looked upon as being that person who is getting the job done. So we have taken on lots of hats to make our children successful. And that is a challenge for us all. How do you meet the needs of that particular child? Because each child is different. Each child has different needs, but each child wants to be successful. So as a teacher, you have to learn how to individualize what you're doing in class to touch that child. You have to know your content, and you have to know it at a level that you can pass it on with understanding and rigor, so that you can bring into the classroom analysis, so that you can bring into the classroom evaluation, which is a very, very important part of science. But I think with all the challenges we face and all the years I have taught, if you truly believe that all children are important, if you truly believe that all children can learn, if you truly believe that all children matter, then you're going to find success in that classroom, because those students are going to feel that from you. They're going to feel your passion, they're going to feel your love, they're going to feel your caring, they're going to see how very hard you work to help make them successful, and you will be successful with them. So the timekeeper fell down on the job, huh? Timekeepers, make sure you keep your time. Okay, y'all look good, y'all look good. One thing I've learned, I've been teaching for a long time, but you never get stagnant. You should always have a need to get better and better and better. You need to grow, you need to stay current, you need to continue learning your content, you need to continue learning the various strategies that are being used in the classroom. And certainly right now, technology is such a big thing in education and with our students. So it is a profession that you need to continue to grow in, and when you continue to grow in it, your students continue to grow as well. But today, we're going to concentrate on skeletal muscles. And where are skeletal muscles found? Being a teacher is so rewarding for me. It's not about honors. It's not about accolades. It's not about being patted on my back. It's about working with my children and having them all achieve and learn. That is the greatest reward for me. And being in a classroom and touching their lives, impacting their lives, teaching them the content, having them raise their hands and come up with answers, having them analyze data and reaching conclusions, having them get that test grade, that is so awesome, letting me know that they have mastered, that is the greatest reward for me. Coming into this classroom every day, I am happy to be here. Talking to my students, working with them to learn, caring about them, trying to solve problems that they may have, because I feel that is my responsibility, to make that child successful, to make that child feel good about themselves, to make that child realize that they can learn, to make that child know that they can leave this classroom and take on any challenges that they have and be successful, and to have them stand tall and say, Mrs. Swinton, I got that. That is my greatest reward as a teacher.
34.
Okay, don't rest now.